Hello and welcome to my shop. I'm going to give a little shop update. The last few videos, a couple of videos ago, I showed putting up attic baffles, getting ready to put up insulation in my shop. I got that done. The next step in this progression towards insulation is electrical. I got to put new lights up. I have lights in the shop now, but I kind of want to add lights. So I'm going to do a little electrical and put in new lights after I get my insulation installed. So I want to get the power in first, get the insulation up, and then I'll put some lighting up temporarily until I get a ceiling. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the ceiling. I think it's going to be like tongue and groove, maybe some kind of white tongue and groove, I'm not sure. I want to kind of reflect the light down into my shop so I can see what I'm doing, and I think that might be the best way to go. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm back and forth on it. I've been back and forth on how I want to do the electrical for the lighting, but I think I got a plan. So sitting on my bench here are 15 duplex boxes. Now in my old shop I had duplex boxes in the ceiling, and I liked it because I could put different lighting in as technology changes. So I had, I think it was fluorescent lights in there first, and then LEDs start to get popular. So I took the fluorescent lights out and put LEDs in, and the only thing I had to do was just wire in a plug and plug them in, hang them up there, plug them in, and I was ready to go. So I kind of want to do it with this one. It kind of is nice because I can move lights around, I can add them. I can hang down cords from the ceiling if I want to run some power equipment like a sander or something. I had one over my bench up there in my old shop. And then when I shut the lights off, those go dead. Those cords that hang down, they go dead. So I kind of want to do that in this shop. So I also want to try to keep as much heat in my shop as I can. So when I put it in the insulation around the walls, which are insulated already, I took all the sheathing off the side of the building and I sealed everything up, air sealed it, put a house wrap on it, wrapped all the windows and everything are all wrapped, and I kind of want to try to follow through with doing this kind of air sealing in the ceiling. So instead of just putting up the metal duplex boxes, I went with these. I don't know what kind of material they're made out of, almost like a plastic, or I don't know. They're not like the remodel boxes or the blue ones, but the difference in these is it has a rubber gasket around here. See, so when you put your drywall or whatever your covering is going to be, like your walls, your drywall, your plywood, or whatever, it will seal that around here and help keep air from escaping into the attic and then out through the vents. So in the back side, they're also insulated where the Romex comes through. It's insulated, so there's a little mark right here. I guess a little area that shows you where to punch out for your Romex, and then you put your Romex through, and you're pretty much sealed. Now I know this is probably going to seal pretty good when I put it up there, when I do install them, and then I put my vapor barrier up. I'm kind of back and forth as to whether I want to put like a caulk around here and then put my vapor barrier over it and then cut the vapor barrier around this opening and press that to the vapor barrier. I think that's how I'm going to do it. You don't have to, but I think, I don't know if it'll work better or not. So I'm going to try that. And then what else? Oh, in the back side, I don't know how well that's going to seal, even though it is rubber, or it's not really rubber, it's almost like I don't know, kind of like it's not really foam, I don't know what it really is, but it's pliable. So I don't know how well that'll seal. I won't know until I actually put Romex through it to see. But I might put like a foam insulation around these two to try to, double up on the air seal. So that's where we're at. So I got 15 of these to put up. I got everything I need right here, and I was really kind of shocked with the price of the Romex. That's 100 foot. I got lighting up here already, so I think that I'll be able to just tie into it and I won't need a whole lot of Romex. But that roll, 100-foot Romex, was $109. Just crazy to me. But that's what it was. So it's not inexpensive to do this. I mean, these were like, I think they were like $4 a piece, $4 something a piece. So it's not cheap to do it, but I think in the long run, holding in the heat in my shop, I kind of will enjoy the savings and I'll enjoy that extra heat. Because right now I have no heat at all. It's cold in here. You see me wearing the jackets and the hats all the time, and I don't like working in here in the cold. So I'm hoping that this insulation shows up, and maybe in the summertime I can put it in. I don't know. It just depends on when it shows up. But in the summertime in here, it's always 10 degrees hotter in my shop than it is outside, even with the windows open. I don't mind being hot. I don't mind sweating a little bit. I don't like being cold. So when it's cold in here, all the metal's cold, everything I touch is cold. I get really cold, and then I have to go in the house and take a break and warm up and come back out here. So cross my fingers. I'll have the insulation soon, and I'll be ready for it when it comes. So I just need to get these boxes up into the ceiling joists and do the wiring, and I'll be ready to go. And then I got to order some lights. I'm going to put, I think I got to order 12 more lights. The ones I have up here now, I got 5 of these just LED kind of, they're shop lights, but they got a diffuser over them. And then I got the other half of my shop, I have American Green Light, which I really like, and that's what I'm going to go with for the rest of the shop. The whole shop's going to be that American Green Light shop light. It's a 4-foot light. It's 500 Kelvin, I think, for the color temperature. And I can't remember what the actual, how powerful the light is, whether it's 3,000 lumens or what that actually, I think it's 3,000, I'm not sure. I'd have to see, but I do like them a lot. I liked it because everything you look at is really kind of the true color that it is. The lights that are overhead now are kind of a yellowy with that diffuser on, and I don't really kind of like it. You can tell the difference in my shop from one side to the other. The side that is kind of like my ham radio side, the working on car side, is got the American Green Lights, and it just makes a big difference in how you're looking at things. So the light amount is good for these lights here, but the color I don't like. When I'm over here working on wood, something, a wood project or something, I kind of want to see what I'm looking at and have a true color. That's why I put these windows in the shop too, is so I could see exactly what I'm working on. Where's my lines? What color is the stain I'm putting on? How well does it match another stain? Things like that. I want it to be that way. So all the lights are going to be the same. They're all going to be these American Green Light, and we'll go from there. So my next step is to get these up. I'm waiting for the weekend so my wife can come out here and help me hold the tape while I make some measurements and try to make some chalk lines and things like that, so I can make sure that when I put these in, they're all nicely where they're supposed to be. Because when I put up the ceiling, I want, if it's going to be like a nickel gap or some kind of a wood strip kind of ceiling, I want it to be straight. I want, when you're looking down the line, I want everything to line up. So that's my next steps. Okay, moving on from that, our bathroom, our main bathroom in the house, I'm remodeling. It's been a long and drawn out process. We had some drywall work I had to do because a previous owner drywalled and they taped, but they didn't sand any of the drywall mud or any of the joints. They just must have wanted to sell the house, so they just painted over everything. So I had to go back, sand all the walls down, do a skim coat on everything, and get it looking good. Now, my wife and I have been going back and forth about mirrors and vanities. What we want the vanity to look like, because I'm going to build it. What we want the lights to look like. What we want the mirror to look like. What we want the the vanity top to look like. It's been going back and forth and trying to match these things up. If anybody's ever done something like this, you know it can go on forever. So we were tossing back and forth, getting a mirror that has the LED lights around the perimeter. We kind of ruled that out. So what we're going to do now, and then we're looking at lighting to go over the mirror, and both of us hate the kind of mirrors that you get at the big box store. We don't like those dangling lights with the light bulbs with the shades on them that get all dirty, and you got to try to keep them clean. So we've been trying to go round and round and round what we want to do for lighting. So my wife had the idea. I was like, why don't you just make a light? And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to make a light to go over it. It's going to be made out of walnut. The vanity is going to be made out of walnut. We already got the vanity top. We ordered it. It took a month. We got it in. It's sitting down in the house and in a safe place. And now I can make the vanity, and now I can make the top, and or the light, sorry. And then once I get the light made, we're ready to have the mirror put in. Now, stop. Because the way the bathroom was laid out before, the electrical outlets on both sides of the old vanity, which was pretty small vanity, were at a certain height. And then they had a mirror in between. So this bathroom is going to have a 73-inch vanity top. And there's going to be electrical outlets on both sides, but out a little ways, because the sink is only going to be on this side, and this side over here, the rest of this side is going to be nothing but countertop. We're not going to do a double sink. We're just doing a single sink on the right-hand side. So between the backsplash of the vanity top and the mirror, where the mirror starts, we want to have our outlets right there. So I got to tear the wall open and move these two receptacles around, and then there's a couple of light switches, one for turning on the light above the mirror, and then another one for turning on the light and vent for the shower. So I'm going to combine those into one box and move that away from the receptacle, so they're not together there. They're up by kind of where you come into the bathroom. You can hit either one, so it make it a little bit more convenient. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm waiting and waiting, trying to just decide what to do. So I have those things that I have to do, and I'll probably make a video about that. Now, we got tired of looking at the drywall being just skim coated. And you know, I'm in there taking a shower. My wife has transferred all her stuff down into the lower bathroom, and she gets ready down there, and she's left me upstairs with my broken bathroom. So it's fine with me. I like it. I mean, I gotta go in the kitchen and wash my hands, but there's no vanity in there right now. But we got tired of looking at the bathroom that way. So I went ahead and I put up some crown molding. Got the crown molding up there. I had to skim coat the ceiling, sand and skim coat the ceiling too. Put a light up there and in the bathroom so I could see, and put the vent above the shower and the light, all that vent light thing back up in there, and everything's looking good. The ceiling's painted, the crown molding's painted. It looks real good, and almost all the walls except for one in the bathroom are painted. So those are all done. So now it turns to me tearing the wall apart, moving the power, getting this light built for over the mirror, and building the vanity. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the light for over the mirror. Now, I've never played around with LED bulbs before, LED strips before. So the light is going to be made out of LED strips or whatever, strip light, and it's going to be made out of walnut. It's going to kind of match the vanity that we're putting in, that I'm making. The vanity is going to be a shaker design, nothing fancy, but it's going to be made out of walnut. And we're going to build it in the shop, and I'm going to make videos of me building it. I will also make a video about that too. that'll be fun. I like making furniture. When I retired, I thought when I came down here that was going to be all that I ever did, was just making furniture, and it hasn't been that way at all. So look to this project. Look to see a video or 2 or 3 or 4 of me making this light, and then after I make the light, I can get the mirror ordered and do the electrical, get the wall done, and then make the vanity. So it's coming together. It's just way slow. It's been months and months and months of this, and of course it's really hard to get things right now too. When you go to the big box store, you think you can just walk up to a shelf and get something. Well, it hasn't been that way. I haven't been lucky. I mean, some things like this stuff here I was able to get, but this was the last 100-foot roll that they had of this at that time. So maybe that's why the price was so high. I have no idea. So that's my shop update for this week. Thank you for joining me. Please, if you like this content, you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe to my channel. I would love it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.